So again, my name is Kenna Siu, the founder of the Wellbeing Project. Welcome to the Holistic Health Reinvention Group. And today's workshop is about the basics of meditation. I hope you're going to enjoy this content and you're going to be able to put it into practice, well, actually right away. And what better thing than using meditation to reinvent yourself? Like for me, it actually changed my life. So what can I say? And if you have read my content, you have seen some other videos from my side, you might know that I like to do things simple. So this workshop is gonna be a really simple thing to put things into practice. I know that even though meditation, it's an ancient practice, it is science-based and all that. Well, first of all, I don't remember most of the information that I have already read, even though it's very important. For me, it's more actually the practice that I do. And because of that, anyway, if you want to do deeper research, you can do it in the internet. You might find it there. So the information that I want to give you, it's actually for you to remember and put into practice right away. Okay? So these are going to be the topics that we're going to talk about. It's why we resist meditation, the types of meditation, some benefits of the meditation, the 2 postures for seated meditation, how to start meditating, and we're going to do a 2 or 3 minute meditation at the end of this workshop. So I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start with why we resist meditation. Well, first of all, it's a lack of discipline. And if you think about it, here in Occident, I mean, we don't have that kind of culture. All this practice now about mental health and all that stuff, it's new. So we don't really have it. Yeah, when we were at school, we were told like to, exercise the body and move and all that. So we know more about our bodies, but we never told about our minds. So that's why we don't have any discipline about it. And well, eventually the idea is to get there. Another thing that happens is our lack of patience, right? We are not patient enough with our minds. And in a way, it's normal. You probably already heard that we process around 60,000 thoughts a day. So let's say if we are 17 hours awake during the day, it equals to 10,020 minutes. So it means that if we divide 60,000 thoughts with the 10,020 minutes that we have in our day, we process over 59 thoughts per minute, meaning 1 thought per second. So of course it's crazy if you think about it. It's just too much information going on through our heads all the time. And one of the misconceptions about meditation is that we're supposed to shut down our mind. And no, that's not gonna happen. Because as far as we are alive, our head is gonna be rolling and rolling all the time. Okay, so actually meditation, what it helps us is to control our mind. So that's just getting to that shift because it can help you control your mind. And because of all this amount of thoughts that we have during the day, we feel a lot of overwhelmed, which is normal, right? Imagine 1 thought per second. And then if we multiply it, by the years that we have, and not even counting the hours that we are sleeping, because during that period of time, we are also, processing thoughts and memories and all that stuff. But we get overwhelmed because when we start meditating, we become the observer of our mind. And when we become the observer, again, with all these thoughts that we process at the same time, and then we start noticing that most of them are repetitive, and unfortunately negative. Isn't it? Unfortunately, it is like that. So the thing is that all these thoughts that we have, that again, most of them are negative, so they are about criticism, about judgment, about negativity, about trying to control, about being the victim, and an endless list of things that we don't like about ourselves. So we feel guilt, we feel shame, and a long list of fears that doesn't let us a lot of times actually move forward. And so the idea is for us to become the observer of that mind. And that's what I want you to take from this workshop. Even though if you don't start meditating, I want you to remember this. You are not your mind. You are not your mind. You are the observer of it. You are the one listening to your mind, but you are not your mind. We are just the witness. And the cool part is that when we come to a place that we become the observer and being objective with what things that we are seeing or thoughts that are passing by, we can actually choose again. Yes, if we have thoughts that we don't like, the fun part is that we can choose again. So that's the cool part about meditation, because the more we do it, the more we get to meditate for longer periods of times, and we become this observer. We can choose, and by choosing, we create a better reality for ourselves. And that's why meditation has changed my life, because I'm sure that I'm the creator of the reality that I have. Okay, so now we're gonna move forward to the two types. Well, there are two fundamental types of meditation. One of them is active, and then the other one is passive. So the active meditation is actually when we are awake. So whatever activity that we are doing while we are awake, but we are present and we are aware of what we are doing. So it could be but when we are eating, when we are cooking, when we are walking, when we are talking to someone else. That's one kind of meditation, right? The thing is with this kind of meditation is that, again, we are the observer. And what we observe in this type of meditation, because we are being active, doing an activity or something, what we observe is our motivation, our doubt, or our reaction, just the reaction that we feel in our body, our sensations, and we're just the witness of it. So we are just being vigilant and being attentive to that. Then it comes the second fundamental type of meditation, which is the passive meditation, and that's the one where we actually are in a seated position. And in this meditation, what it comes in, it's only the mental activity that we are witnessing. So when we when we do this kind of meditation, we can use different kinds of anchors to concentrate on. It could be one of them, just focusing on our breathing. Another one is sometimes to focus on our third eye. Another one could be using mudras. Mudra is a gest with our hands, so we can, do different kinds of gests with our minds. Another one could be using mantras, repeating a phrase, or probably you just want to, observe, focus on an object. So these are different kind of anchors that can help you stay concentrated for longer periods of time while doing a sitting meditation. The thing with this kind of meditation is that the longer periods we start doing, we become more stable, okay, by observing our thoughts. And it's not only that, that eventually it's our mind, we're going to start focusing in all the elements, not only our thoughts. Because we can get to a point that we're going to see like ideas or beliefs that they no longer serve us. Or they could be actually thoughts at the beginning that we're going to see like, yeah, no, that thought doesn't serve me either. And probably you start realizing some patterns and some, how do you say, patterns or behaviors that you don't want to do anymore. So, and eventually you're gonna start flushing all this stuff from your mind, you know, all these thoughts, all these ideas, or these patterns and beliefs that you have. And the more we do that, the more we get to choose what we want to think, how we want to behave, and the more we get to create the life that we want. So that's one of the key parts, and that's why meditation for me has, you know, something super important. It had changed my life, because when I start like flushing around all that stuff that I noticed it was not serving me, I start choosing stuff that I know it served me, and everything changed. So those are the two types of meditation, passive and active. Then, so which are some of the benefits of meditation? According to, well, some of them that are clinically and scientifically proved, I'm gonna read them to you. It improves our concentration and attention, decreases our stress and nervous system. It's better for our heart. It helps us with blood pressure regulation, reinforce the immune system. It's anti-aging, and much more that you can find. Actually, meditation has a lot of scientific benefits that you can actually read, and a lot of them we may not understand them much because they are actually going within our bodies and they are really subtle. But then I also want to share with you some of the benefits that I have received through my meditation practice during these years. And some of them is, I'm better now at acting than actually reacting. I improve my relationships. I feel more focused, more productive, and more creative every day. I actually practice meditation at the beginning of my day before I start working. Another personal benefit that I have feel is, well, I became my best friend. It's good for me for self-healing. Also, it helps me control my thoughts, which it helps me create a better reality during my day. My levels of consciousness have increased a lot, and the best thing is I have gained inner freedom, and that's priceless, because sometimes we think freedom or something that it comes from the exterior, but now that I get to have a much better control of my mind, the fact that I have created inner freedom, meaning the one that comes from my mind that is always chatting, and I can now get to choose what I'm thinking. It's a bliss. It's just magical, if I can put it that way. And now we're gonna say, so how to start meditation? Well, first of all, we need to start tiny. Yeah, tiny. First, to avoid overwhelm, because if we want to start meditating, let's say 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it's not really, what's the word? Realistic? Neither reliable, because if we are not used to it, most likely we're gonna resist it and then we're gonna drop it, right? So, and that's why it's important to start tiny. So if we start, let's say 2 minutes a day, it's gonna be sustainable, and we're gonna feel good about it whenever we complete those 2 minutes of meditation. And then we need to get familiarized with it, right? Our mind and our body need to get familiar with the new habit that we are doing. So that's why we need to start tiny. And if we start tiny, most likely we're gonna do it every day. So we're gonna become consistent. So that's why it's important. So then again, if we start with 2 minutes, if you start with 2 minutes of meditation per day, just make sure that you celebrate it afterwards, that you feel good for what you actually just did, and focus on those 2 minutes that you made. Don't focus, let's say if your goal eventually is to meditate 10 minutes, focus on the gain. So focus on those 2 minutes that you meditated instead of focusing on that gap of the 8 minutes that you haven't meditated yet. Okay, so always focus on that gain to be able to celebrate, to be able to feel good afterwards, instead of feeling like guilty or frustrated about it. Okay. Then how to implement meditation? It's one way that is really practical to do it is habit stacking. Meaning that if you already have a habit that you do every day, the idea will be to just stack this other habit, in this case meditation, after the other habit that you do. So let's say in the morning when you wake up, you sit on your bed and then just, stretch your body. Probably just after that, after stretching your body, you stay there, relax your shoulders and meditate for 2 minutes right there. Another could be, let's say, when you go to the kitchen and you're brewing some coffee, or you put some water to boil for tea. While you are waiting, well, either you can sit or you can, stay standing and just meditate there for 2 minutes. Another option could be when you get to your workstation, you sit on your chair and then you meditate there for 2 minutes. Before actually, probably while your computer is turning on, all of that, you just meditate there for 2 minutes. Probably also in the evening, when you're going to watch TV, as soon as you take the control remote, you sit on the sofa, you meditate for 2 minutes, and then you turn on the TV and you watch whatever you want. So these are ideas of how to actually implement meditation, using habit stacking. Another one, that how to implement it at one point is when you want to scale it. The thing is, again, we want to start tiny because we want to get familiarized with it, and we want to feel secure and confident about the new habit that we are doing. But once you have already, if you already are reaching 5 minutes of 10 minutes of meditation, probably you actually want to make that your goal if eventually you want to scale it to 25 minute to a 30-minute meditation. So once you feel comfortable, you can scale it and set a new goal, but remember to feel good about it, that it needs to make sense to feel good about it. Don't forget about that. And if you feel a bit resistant about meditation, that it's good, but you're still like, I don't know, I would recommend you to create some mantras. Something that you will repeat to yourself once in a while, like say, meditation is peaceful and fun, or I love meditation. Different kind of phrases that are gonna help you, get that motivation and get your mind on board for that new habit that you want to achieve. In this case, meditation. So now I'm gonna show you 2 different seated positions that you can do to meditate, to do the passive meditation, which is the seated one. So one of them is just sitting on the chair. So I'm gonna come here to the back. So if you are sitting, my head is a bit crooked there, but it's fine. If you are sitting on the chair, the idea would be to have your feet reaching your foot on the floor, Then to have our back straight, our shoulders to be aligned, just above our pelvis. Then from here, We're gonna tight a bit our abdominals so we can keep our back straight. And then when we do that, sometimes our floated ribs, they come out, so we just need to tuck them a bit. Then after this, we're gonna rotate the shoulders slightly to the back, and then we're gonna relax them. We need to make sure our neck is straight, and we're gonna slightly tuck our chin. And then from here, we can, our hands could be on our lap, in our knees, you know, facing down or facing up, is up to you. And then you can close your eyes, or if it's uncomfortable for you, you can just focus your sight on the tip of your nose. And then from here, you just start meditating. Again, you can choose whatever anchor is better for you. The ones that I explained before, you can focus on your breathing. You can have a lit candle. You can look at what was the other one? And you can look at an object. So something that is gonna help you get into the concentration process. But if you're going to just starting and meditate by 2 minutes, I will actually, I guess the easier way would be just to put a timer on your phone first of all, so you are not, you know, looking at it and you are worried about it, and then just focus in your breathing. Then, hello Bianca, welcome. I just explained one of the, to do a seated meditation, how to do it on the chair. Now I'm gonna explain how to do it cross-legged. So one of the important things when being cross-legged is that our pelvis, it needs to be above our knees. Otherwise, we're gonna have back pain, and it's gonna be really, really difficult to hold the posture for a long time. So find either a cushion. I have also a yoga block, or find, you know, you have a pillow or have a blanket. It will be perfect for you to just have it, you know. So then you sit in whatever prop you have at home. Then I will recommend you to place your feet on the floor, and then, with your knees bent. The idea is then from here actually start opening your legs. So when we are doing this, the bending is coming from our pelvis here, and we avoid any discomfort in our knees. Then your feet is up to you. It depends how you know, flexible or not flexible you are with your legs. You can either just, you know, have them, your feet under your calves like this. Another, it could be putting one foot in top of the other one, if you are able to do that. Or you can put one foot in front of the other one. I mean, I've been doing yoga for a long time. That's why I'm able to do this. Of course, at the beginning, I was not able to do it. So respect your body, because the idea for meditation is to actually be careful with your body, honor it, and not to be like stressed or anything. On the contrary. Okay, so once you set up how you position your legs, as you can see here, my knees are under my pelvis, so my pelvis is higher, so that's good for my back. Then we're just gonna straighten our backs over here. Make sure our shoulders are above our hips, our pelvis, and then from here I'm just gonna tighten a bit the abdomen to help us to keep our back straight. And then also, if we have our floating ribs, we're just gonna tuck them slightly. Then from here, we're gonna slightly rotate the shoulders through the back and then relax them. From here, our neck needs to be straight, and then we're gonna tuck our chin slightly as well. Then we can close our eyes, or if it's uncomfortable, we can just focus on the tip of our nose. Okay, so that's actually the cross-legged position. And well, now we get to practice. So either if you are doing this right now, just keep staying in your cross-legged position. If you want to sit on a chair, you know, go ahead and do it. And we're going to do, let's say, a 2-minute meditation. So just take your seated position, relax your body, and I invite you, if possible, for you to close your eyes. So first of all, what we're gonna do is to take a deep breath in, all the way down to the belly, and then we're gonna breathe out through the mouth to relax our body, to relax our mind. We're gonna do that two more times. Breathe in, all the way down, breathe out to the mouth. One last time, breathe in. From here, we're gonna continue breathing. Just your normal breath, breathing in and breathing out normally. And put the focus on your breath. How do you feel the air coming in through your nose and coming out through your nose? So keep observing your breath going in and going out. If you have dots passing by, just let them pass as clouds. Come back to your breath and focus on it. Keep breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's keep breathing for a few moments more. And you can open your eyes now. It's so good. I hope you can feel the change in your body, how just in not even 3 minutes, how we can change our state with a 3-minute meditation. And it is incredible because it's free. We can do it at any time, and it changes everything. The way we are feeling, the way we are perceiving whatever is happening outside, it's just amazing. So I invite you to start then meditating. If you are not doing it yet, meditating 2 minutes at least a day, taking into consideration the little tips that I gave you here. I don't know if you have any questions. I will be more than happy to answer them. One of the things that I will ask you is to be patient with you, to be compassionate with you. That is really important for doing this kind of work, because then again, it's about our mind. It's about observing our mind. It's about getting at one point to control it, and it's a tricky part. So be really patient, be really compassionate with yourself. And I really hope that this workshop has helped you. The recording is gonna stay here, so you can watch it again whenever you want. I'm gonna put it in the guide about habits, so you can watch it there. Take notes if you want to. Again, if you have questions, feel free to write them down in the comments or send me a DM. I will be more than happy to help you. And thank you for being here in this workshop, the basics of meditation. And I hope to see you soon. Take care.